Poisonous vibration. Help my body run. I'm running for my life. Running for my life. Sipping on straight glory. Let the vibe slide over me. This beat is a chemical. Beat is a chemical. When I leave, don't save my seat.
Need your pressure washing supplies fast? PPW Express brings you top brands, always in stock, and a mobile app that lets you order in seconds. Enjoy same-day shipping on every order placed before 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. Download the PPW Express app today.
Stand out with custom gear from Dab Marketing. No design fees, no minimum orders. Just premium sublimated shirts built for the service industry. Look professional, look sharp. Get your gear from Dab Marketing.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm Anthony here with the Queen Trudy down in the Panhandle. I can never get that right. One of these days, I'm just going to slide right on through there. A couple announcements before we get into the show tonight. The CETA event is in, help me out, Trudy. Was it at Orlando?
Yeah, Orlando, yes.
October the 8th through the 11th. And then you got right behind it, you got the greatest show on earth, which is the Panhandle Expo, November the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The 3rd is a paid day. You pay for them classes you get, and we got one of them classes that's going to be there. We got the man and the myth, the legend itself, Jeffrey Blackman, down here with us tonight. And you can go to panhandleexpo.com and get ready for that event. It's going across the bottom of the screen, in the blue with the white letters with the little yellow stars on it, if any of you's colorblind. But anyway, Jeffrey, it's good to have you on here, man, and it's just great to see you again, brother. We had a good show last time you was on here, and we're just going to top the scale tonight with this one. Called you up last year. We tried to do this last year, but timing was off.
Yes.
And so we got together and put timings together this year, and y'all going to come on down here or come over from Texas over to Florida and going to spend a couple of days with us, and me and you's going to team up, and we're going to try to influence some guys to put a little extra niche in their game plan and parking lot striping. If you look on Trudy's pages, it says stripping, but when it's stripping, we stripe.
It's to strip the
Just
paint.
a little typo. I think she may have did that. No, that may have been an AI thing there.
Yeah, we strip paint off too.
Yeah, they have to strip before they strap.
Right.
Strip, stripe, tomato, you know.
But for the people that didn't catch the show last time, if you want to just give us a brief background of yourself, how you got started in the pressure and in the striping business, because I know you do both. I follow you, man. We've known one another for a few years now. Probably just about ever since I've been in business. Probably about 10 years, really.
Yeah.
It's been that long, man.
Wow. Yeah. Man, well, I've been power washing and striping over 20 years here in the greater Houston area. I started off in Alexandria, Louisiana, a little small town. We had a car wash. So I started off washing cars. But I've been striping for over 20 years, and I got approached by a guy named Larry Timms, and asked me, hey man, won't you get in the striping industry? It's a very lucrative business. It's very profitable, man. And I say, at first I said, I don't want to get into that stuff like that, man, because to me at that time it was a nasty job. I didn't want to deal with no paint, none of that. But after I gave it, I started getting approached by some of my clients, because the clients were asking me, you know anybody stripe? And I was like, I don't know. But after I began to see the money that was involved in it, because, let's back it up, because I first subcontracted out to a guy out of Dallas, Texas. And he began to tell me, hey, man, I'm not going to be able to come down here all the time and do this for you. So I purchased my first machine. I started training myself on some felt paper and water. And that's when I reached back out to the guy, Larry, and Larry began to train me, man. And then what really enhanced me was, man, I thank God for this guy here, man, named Bobby Whaley. Man, we met at the paint shop and we couldn't connect at first, but when we connect, I'm telling you, man, this thing exploded. This guy began to show me, he was like, Jeffrey, you can learn to stripe on YouTube, but the things that I'm going to show you, YouTube ain't going to teach you, because you're going to be in the field and you're going to get in the pickle. There's going to be some things that YouTube ain't going to show you. You'll have to figure it out yourself. So as it grows, and that's where I began to striping 20 years ago. And this guy came into my life, man, and helped me turn things completely around.
You do this class where you live at.
Yeah.
When you have a group of guys come in, let's say if we brought 10 guys to Texas, what would it cost each person to take that class out there?
Well, what we're charging right now, we're charging $12.50 per student, and that's a 2-day course. The first day is is a educational course where we go over the ADA regulations, fire marshal laws. We teach you the proper ways to set up. We teach you about the different types of paint, temperatures, tips. We teach you about the marketing. We teach you about the sales, how to structure the business. We also give you starter costs. We just do we give them the whole package. In day 2, we bring them outside. We show them how to read the blueprints, and to show them how to do different various layouts. How to get the ADA regulations. What's the correct linear feet of a line, the width of how wide it should be, why the hash marks go a certain way. And to this day, I still walk on parking lots and I see a lot of things, a lot of imperfections. I don't judge people, but I use it now as a selling point. And that when I do that, Anthony, I don't go in. I may be jumping the gun a little ahead of this here, but when I go in, I do that. I don't go in and tear down another company. I go in and I talk with the owner or the manager, whatever. I say, hey, you have a minute? Let me show you something. We want to put your parking lot back in regulation.
Right. I know we got.
Hold on, real quick. After I updated my phone, it has been silly. So I put, hey, David, and bleach sprayer, and it changed it to Honda is a bleach sprayer. I'm just like, what? I didn't type that. Anyway.
I know we go, man, these handicap places are getting plumb ridiculous to me. I think I know the way it should be, blue with a white handyman in it, or Willie, what we call him.
Right.
And so that's the way it should be. But you got Cracker Barrel down here. They're yellow and white. It don't look good. To me, it don't. It just don't look good to me.
Is there regulations on that? Is there like state or federal, or is there anything that state? It should be DOT, right?
Well, it's ADA regulation, but it's no wrong way, long as they don't have a yellow black background with a blue chair. That's not regulation. ADA regulations really call for a blue background with a white handicap chair.
I think they may have a blue handicap chair in their yellow.
So there go your selling pitch.
Now, do you feel like this niche in our area is underutilized? Because I go and park in a lot of places and they're bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, that's one of the things that I teach in the safety courses, that, parking lot is more than paint. Parking lot striping is more than paint.
Yeah.
It creates safety.
Right.
It's organization. It's organized. And the first impression, clean lines improve the traffic flow. I like to tell them that it helps prevent accidents, because if you don't see a visible line, a lot of people don't know this, according to ADA regulations, that if those lines are not visible, Trudy and Anthony, by my experience that I know now, if that line is not visible and your car comes onto I'm not going to call no company name, just say a parking lot, right? And that line is not visible, you come in and you cross that line and you can't see it, you dent my car, right? I have the right to go into that store. That's a lawsuit because they're supposed to have those lines visible at all times. And I like to say it this way, that those lines are not a want. I mean, a need. They're not a want. They need to be there.
Right.
Because that's a regulation. Those lines are supposed to be visible at all times. So, I like to say it this way, that when a customer come on your parking lot, that's the first handshake they get.
Right.
Because that's what they see before they go into the building. And seeing those lines, it's kind of like in the power washer industry. Who wants to go eat out of a restaurant where they see, if they can see the backside of some of these shopping centers, would you really want to eat out of their kitchen?
Or they get a few hood vents, and I will not eat at those places. I will not. I mean, when you visit you, when you're up there trying to get those grates down, no, don't think so.
So 88 laws, regulations, they do matter. I don't know the regulations about fire marshals and ADA, but I will study up on them before I come that way to teach about what they should expect in Florida. Because last time I came down, we did a course in Florida. We didn't see any fire lanes. All we saw were yellow lines and just the stencil red fire lane. So it may not be required there in Florida. I don't know.
So you charge $12.50 where you're at, and so you have a paid class at the Panhandle Expo with Anthony helping you. So what are you charging for this at the Panhandle Expo only?
I think this time they've got a promotion going on now, if I'm not mistaken. Right.
You know what that is, Anthony?
The first
$3.99.
What? That's almost a third.
The class is $3.99, guys. But you just heard what the man said. If you go to Texas, you take this class at his classroom, at his facility, you're gonna pay $1,250 a person. You're getting this class for $3.99. But the first 10 gets registered. There's a code on there, and you get $50 off. Then on top of all of that, you're gonna get a book. When you get registered, when you get in the class, we're going to hand you this book. That's Mr. Shine Stripe a lot.
Hold on. What's that link?
That would be at the panhandleexpo.com.
Awesome. That is amazing. Thank you, Jeff.
It's worth it. I mean, you're going to pay $3.99. You're getting $50 off right off the bat at the first 10. So that's going to put you at $250. $350 at $350. The book's what, $40?
Right. Yep.
$40. So now you're down $300.
Well, then also. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, cut you off.
So the education that you're getting for this class, it's worth it.
Right.
It's
that's
worth
a quarter
it.
of normal price. That is amazing.
The man knows. He knows his stuff. I know him, and I wouldn't put him on this platform if I didn't trust him to teach us the best and the safest and the right way of doing things.
Right. And also, Anthony, they can get an extra bonus with that. At the end of the year, it's a write-off as education.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yep.
I'm waiting but wait, there's more. I'm waiting for this. It just keeps coming.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there is more. You get lunch.
There is more, but not just that. Just with the Panhandle experts, they are experts, but the expo, just speaking with these, it's just not a class and then they're gone. They're hanging out for the expo, so you can go and talk to them and follow up. And if you forgot to ask a question, these trainers and speakers are going to be there the whole 3 days, which is amazing.
Yep. And I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna say, guys. Just a little thought. I do a lot of striping in my service stations that I clean.
Striping or stripping?
Striping.
Okay, just making sure.
And
It's clean humor.
If you went out, I'm just gonna throw a number out there, Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
If you could do this every day and you do 3 of them at $500 a store, you're painting an average store probably got 10 parking places in it. You're going to do your lines, you're going to do your handicap guy, $500 each. You're going to do 3 stores a day. That's $1,500 a day.
Right.
Do we need to keep doing the math on this to get up? If you had the stores and you could do them, they're out there. The stores are out there.
Yeah.
The parking lots are out there.
Yeah.
I just done this for just a low ball, but I'm not going to get all the way deep in because I'm going to get some of our stuff away, my stuff away. That thing, but you just got to get the pricing right down there, in which we're going to help on that, and everything, which it varies. It may be different from Texas than it is in Alabama, than it is in Florida. I mean, you just got to figure out, basically you just want to figure out how much money you want to make, just like pressure washing. What is your time worth to go out there and paint this guy's parking lot? A standard parking lot, 10 places in it, and a handicap guy. If it's a hot day, I'd go in, I paint my blue first, get my background painted blue, all my handicap lines done blue. That's drying. If it's white, you're in luck if you got 2 colors.
Yeah.
Then you can paint your white lines, and then by the time you get your white lines done, because you're gonna have to wash your machine out because you're spraying white over blue, so you're gonna have to clean it out pretty good. Time you do all that and you paint all your other white lines, your handicap dude's dry.
Right.
You lay him down, you spray him, you pack up, you put some cones out around him for nobody to drive over him till he dries. Tell the people inside, give it 4 or 5 hours, let it dry. You're out of there. $500 in a couple hours.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I think too, Anthony, that in that class we're gonna show them what's the importance of why you should be striping from left to right versus right to left, and also when we show them that technique and this technique, how many linear feet you should be getting out of a bucket of paint. That's when you know your cost, because with that one bucket of paint, we can do all 3 of those stores.
Right.
Which that bucket of paint may not cost us but $140.
Right.
So you do the math on that and then still have something left over. And if you don't mind, I just want to say something about the blue paint. So if you're rolling those blue paint, that blue handicap chair, if it's a restripe at $50, you should be getting 40 to 50 handicaps out of that bucket of paint. And you only paid what, $125 for that paint. Yeah. But if it's a new construction layout, that triples.
Yeah.
Because I like to say it this way, Trudy and Anthony, I ask the guys in the course, have you ever went to school to be an engineer? And they'll say no. But when you begin to read blueprints and laying out parking lots, you are doing the work of an engineer. Why not be paid like an engineer?
Right.
I made a post not too long ago. I was like, well, you know, I went to college. I got my psychology degree, which actually helps in this industry. But because these homeowners, some people are crazy. Sorry, they're great customers. But, you know, you don't know. You have to become a mathematician, and you have to become an engineer, and you have to become a mechanic, and you have to become a chemist, and you have to put all this into play just to pressure wash. And it's like, you know, that's worth more than what most people are putting out there, or what they value their self. We need to be valuing ourselves and our job and our industry way higher than it is. And, you know, with the striping and all the other niches that we can pull off to the side, like Pressure washing is a treat with the stump. You can do window cleaning. You can boom, 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 a whole bunch of different things that can just venture off on this stump that we are in. And it's so exciting. And I thank you for coming to the expo to add a branch and teach these people that they can do more with the equipment they have. And I know striping, you have to have more equipment, but it has to be clean to do it. Is my question. Do you have to clean it? Do you have to strip the paint? What do you have to do to prep for? I don't want to give too much away because we want them to come here.
And truly, that's the key that a lot of people don't understand about this power washing and striping. They are sisters and they're brothers. Yeah. They go together. Yeah. I mean, it is a marketing strategy to where I like to say it this way. I had a client tell me she'd rather write one check than two checks. Mm-hmm. So they go together. It's a marketing strategy. It's one of the things that we use that, hey, we can power wash it. But if Anthony come in and power wash it and my company comes in and stripe it, I can't stand behind it because I don't know how Anthony washed. I know how I washed. Mm-hmm. And I know how the surface has to be prepared and prep for me to come in to give it the life and the look, that prestige look that I want the park to look like. Then I can say, I'm giving you that curbside appearance. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you said we're going to teach them from the paint from left to right. One thing I can't stand is when you get your van access area, instead of it going this way, right, the right side to the left side, it going the opposite way to me. That's just, to me, it's either to paint to the right side. Is that correct, or is it supposed to be going to the left?
See, a lot of people don't understand that according to ADA regulations, those lines are there at that angle of telling you, they are telling you the direction that the door is. So if they're going that way and the door is that way, but if they're going that way, that means that the door should be going that way. So how many times do you see a handicap van pull up with the door on the driver's side?
No.
So that driver's already educated on, based on the way that the lines are going, that's the way the door is supposed to go. So if the lines are going that way, when they pull the chair down and lay it out, what happens if he rolls that wheelchair behind a van and a pedestrian in a car is coming his way? It's an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So those lines are there for a reason. A lot of guys turn them that way is because it's easy access to them. Instead of just doing them the right way, instead of putting them 2.5 or 2 feet apart, put them 3 feet apart. Because long as the Prince read 2, it just means that you can't go under, but you can always go over. And a lot of people do that, Anthony, because they don't want their wheel to roll through the paint. But we're going to show those guys how to set their machines, how to put the arms on there, and how to adjust everything into where if a wheel stop is there or something like that, where you're going to reach that line straight to the back.
I had, it was probably a year ago, I had somebody call me and they had just striped. They just started out, this first striping job. They striped it. They put the lines down incorrectly. So they called me asking me what to use to get that paint back up. I mean, time is money. Chemicals are money. You know, if you're not educated and you're not familiar with, rules and regulations and all that, it could cost you more than you're making.
Yeah.
Well, they went in the hole.
Yeah.
They lost money.
It was not a small gas station. It was a big one. It was huge.
Yeah. And Anthony, we can touch on that a little bit. Experiences that I have with moving those lines. How we do it, and Brace's way a lot of people does it with the grinders and different things like that. But we have a technique that we use to where we don't have to use a grinder if we don't want to. Mm-hmm. And I don't care how long it's been down there. I know how to mix something up to get it up.
Yeah.
It melts like butter.
I'm gonna have to talk to you before.
You know what? You should go to his. Oh wait, you're already going to be there.
I'm gonna get mine beforehand.
So no, I mean it is exciting. I'm so happy you're coming to the expo to see how we do things. We do it a little bit different. The other events that go around, they're great events. I mean, CETA's coming up. I'm going to be educating at CETA. We have a booth at CETA, and we love education no matter in what platform. You know, I've been in the industry over 20 years. I've been going to these events since 2008, and I felt it was lacking on educating the contractor, a lot of them. And you know, when we got the platform to be able to do something, I wanted to give back to the industry and help contractors learn and grow. And even being in the industry, you know, over 20 years, I still, at our events and other events, I still learn. Because things are changing. Things are elevating, you know, the machinery, the chemicals, the paints, the strippers, not you, but the chemical strippers.
Yeah.
You know, things are changing, and the substrates are changing. So, you know, people that's been in the industry for a long time, they can still learn. And I'm sure with the striping, things change in that, and you learn and you grow and you kind of morph and just keep going forward and moving forward and growing with it and changing with it. Because I think in this industry, that's what we have to do to succeed.
And I think a lot of times people don't understand. I mean, I'm constantly learning. I wake up every day. I want to learn something new every day.
Yeah.
And times change. You know, it'll be kind of funny with you and I riding up on a carry and two horses to McDonald's. Well, it's a thing of the past. So now there are new vehicles. So you always have to be willing to learn. And I'm not just coming to the expo to speak. I'm coming to the expo to learn, because I'm always a student. Because there's something that I do not know, and I've always had a teachable spirit.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the one known as I know it all. No, I don't know it all. So it's something I can learn from you. It's something I can learn from Anthony. And guess what? We take that bundle and we put it together, and we make it what we can make out of it.
Yeah. It'd be like, you know, if I didn't grow and learn, I would still be soffit washing with a pump up spray and a garden hose.
Yeah.
You know, I would still be back there doing that, because I wouldn't have learned how to with you know, it went from the pump up to the garden hose to the 12 volt to the AR to the P40 to the MoFlow to the, you know, the dual wash to everything that keeps going. Now we've got electric stuff. We got battery stuff. You know, it's so crazy how this industry is just growing. And, you know, it's great to learn. It's great to learn from each other. And if people out there, it's like, oh, I don't need to go, I've done this for a long time. There's still stuff we can learn from each other, because, you know, like you said earlier, your style of washing and Anthony's different. I mean, mine and Anthony's totally different, and the job gets done the same, but who's more efficient? I was taught this way. I learned this way. He learned that way. And there's so many ways to do the same job. But if we can learn just one little thing from each other to make it more efficient, it's worth it.
Yep. Right. And one reason I like doing this, I used to help Judd do is gadget. Judd West, he does a gadget class, like on all your ball valves, and stuff like that, suds suckers and stuff like that. And I was amazed at the people. And this wasn't. So we've been at this event. This venue is our third year. Yeah. So it was 4 years ago that people did not have a swivel or a ball valve on the end of their hose.
Man.
And I was blown away, Jeffrey. I was like, what?
You have to run
When I
and
first started out, I
Yeah.
had no idea. But I got in this loop and I got in the click, might as well say. And I got watching people like Trudy that she'd go on every day and she would talk about one little thing and educate on one little thing. I'm like, wow, hey, I need that. I'm getting tired of walking back, cutting my machine off to change from my wand to my surface cleaner.
I've been there.
And thank God for electric reels.
and the Flow Pro. And the Flow Pro.
You know what? I
And the
think
Flow Pro,
we
yeah.
got to teach a class on. It's funny because I see a lot of guys that have been washing for years and years and years, and they still don't know how to set the hose.
Mm. Oh, yeah, hose management.
Ball it up and put it up and try to work through it like that. It just irritates me because I know my pattern, how I wash in and out, come in, and when I go to the next area, my hose is already set. But I see guys that just take it and pile it up and be pulling it, and it's like, you wonder why your hose is busting at the end.
Yeah.
I did a video on hose management. It was just on the backside of our warehouse that used to be our little service area. And I mean, there's stains there. And I was just doing a video on hose management. Put your hose here so you're not running over it. You're not having to move it. This is how you do it when you surface clean a driveway. And a lot of the comments were, well, you didn't get it very clean. You didn't. I'm like, I wasn't washing it. It's a tutorial on hose management. Like, we are showing you, put your hose here so you're not running over your hose. And then you got a line where your hose is laying because it's not clean. You got to move a hose. Then you got to back up, and then you got to move it. Then you got to stop. You got to pull your hose, pull it over here. It's like, you know how much time you wasted just doing that when you could just learn how to do it efficiently and correctly so you're not wasting time. And it's not being arrogant or cocky or know-it-all. It's we've done it. We've lived it. We've learned from our mistakes so you guys don't have to. And, it's funny, how some guys and girls, they're just set in their ways. And, I've got local guys that are the same way. And it's like, oh, no, I've been doing this just as long as you. I'm like, but you don't get it because, you taught me about what chemical to use when if you would continue to educate yourself, you would know.
Yeah.
Mentorship and it's fine. I answer questions all the time. I don't hate it. I love it. But it's not, okay, you learn to pressure wash, you're done. Realtors have to go back and get their 10 hours of class every year or every 2 years. Doctors have to go back. They have to keep getting educated on the new stuff. And the same thing with our industries. It has to be growth. We can't move forward if we can't grow.
Well, if you're sitting still, you're stagnant.
Yes.
You're not doing yourself no good. You're not doing your business no good. And you're not doing your family no good.
No.
Yeah.
But God didn't put us here to leave us sitting in one spot and say, okay, I'm just going to take you. I'm going to take you to floor B, and I'm just going to leave you sitting there, Anthony. No, there's C, D, E, F, G. I want to be up there. I want to be up there with the big dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be up there with the ones that I can walk in a room and everybody says, hey, that's Anthony Freeman.
Yeah.
Listen, when he speaks, listen. I want to be that person. I want to be the one that everybody knows that just so I can put it out there for what God's done for me because I know where he's brought me from and all that. So you're going to get some education on a little bit of stuff when you come to Panhandle this year.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. The lineup, we're turning people away. And we are. And the topics are just so, we have an AI class where you pull up your phone. They're going to have you download the app and teach you from downloading the app to use it in your business.
Wow.
Who's done that? Nobody's done that. Nobody's done that. And
wow.
It's crazy. And then you coming in and doing it. And, there's Doug Rucker's coming to speak. And apparently we've got the topic, but I don't know about it yet. So I'm just chomping the bit because I need to know. But there's some OGs, and I say OGs because I am not a fan of the title guru. I don't like it. I don't think that I don't like it. OG, we've been out there for years. We're the originals, but I don't think anybody should be titled a guru because we don't know it all. And I think that to have these guys come that's been doing it. Oh, Chris Johnson, who's that? Oh, understanding human behavior. Who has that in pressure washing conventions? I
Wow.
don't know. Because you've got to understand your customer to sell, right? And there's the AI lady. And we've got so much stuff this year. It's blowing me away that these people have reached out and wanted to give back to this industry, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing that I haven't had to call or beg. Like I'm like on phones, I have to pass them off. I'm like, Alana, call this person. Anthony, you need to call this person. I can't do it all. It's crazy, and it's amazing. Phil Conway's always.
Spot on. He's gonna kick it off the second day, man. Jeffrey, you gotta listen to this young man.
He's awesome. Speechless. When you leave the room, you're just sitting there with goosebumps, going, "Did I just hear all that from this guy?" Wow, just the presence. The presence fills the room. It's amazing. So, I am honored that you are part of this year. So, thank you so much.
It's an honor to be a part of it. I was going to say too. I think when you all was talking, a lot of times people don't reach out because of pride.
Yeah.
And it's okay to pull on somebody, especially. And I don't like to say the word organization, but it was a group like this is when, and I'll be talking a little bit about it. I'm not going to talk too much about it right now. Is when we had death in our family, it was a group like the Panhandle that reached out and put their arms around me. And it was more than a pressure washing convention. We became family to the day that some of the guys that's speaking, I'm still in touch with some of these guys that's on this panel. And I can pick up the phone right now and call. They're going to answer for me and give me the answer that I need right then. If they don't got it, guess what they say? Hold on, Jeffrey, I'll call you back. I'm going to get it for you.
Yep.
And likewise, so I think that, put the pride aside. You may have been washing 20 years or whatever, but you're never too old to learn.
No.
Or never been in business too old to learn.
I got goosebumps, and it got dusty a little bit up in here. That was.
There's a scripture in the Bible, in God's word. I don't know exactly where it's at, Jeffrey. You probably can help me, but it talks about helping others get where they want to go.
Yeah.
And then God will elevate you in due time.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand that concept.
Yeah.
If this young lady, if they call me and say, I need you down here to help us wash something, to help us do whatever.
Yeah.
If I'm free to go, I'm going. If I'm not free to go, I'm probably going to figure out some way of getting my stuff done, handle or push back, and I'm going to go help somebody.
Yeah.
Because that's just me. And it's not because I do it to put Jeffrey on the hook or put Trudy on the hook to say, call them up when they say, hey, you remember that time we come down there and, no, that ain't the way it works. That's the way people think it works, but that ain't the way it works.
Yeah.
It is, like our event, it was like, oh, it's a free event. You're making money. I don't sell striping paint. I don't sell striping equipment. I'm not going to make money off I don't sell your book. Like, I want you there to educate. And anybody that knows me knows I am the worst salesperson in the world. I am horrible. I will talk you out of anything you shouldn't spend your money on. And it's because I don't think you need it with the expand. Like start here and then grow. And when your business grows, then expand and upgrade your equipment. But don't spend all your money right now, because if you don't have the customers, you can't pay for it. So with the expo, and like you said, I almost teared up when you said, you know, you put your arms around the industry, which I do, and I constantly do. I always tell people, it's like, you can't get to the top standing on other people's heads. You can't. You have to work together to grow each other, to build and grow and build the industry and our community as an industry.
And you're not going to get there trying to tear people down either.
Yeah.
And going in there and racing to the bottom. I mean, if I'm going to have to race to the bottom, I'm just going to get rid of everything I got and I'm going to sit home.
Yeah. So is that what you were talking about right there, Anthony?
First Thessalonians.
No, there's a different one. I think it's in Colossians or Ecclesiastes or something when I was talking about.
Ephesians 6:8. Whatsoever good you happen, you make God will happen for you.
Yeah, that's it. I was way off.
Know
what's in there. I might not know exactly where it's at, but I know it's in there. But speaking of books, we know they're going to get one on striping, but he's also going to bring a couple more other stuff with him. He's going to bring some shirts with him. The 2 books that's hanging on his wall behind him. You wrote them too?
Yeah, that's one of those on Amazon. What the one that's coming out is Hurricane. That's my life story, and I'll be sharing a little of that.
Whoa!
How it's called Hurricane? How my life became a Category 3.
Wow! I would share my story, but I don't even know what category to be under because it's a word.
You'd probably be a 5.
I might have to do tornado or tsunami. I'm not sure. Tsunami is probably better for me.
You know, this is. I know people's heard us talk about this before, Treaty, but this is the kind of person I am, Jeffrey. This lady was beat up, tore up from the floor up, ready just to give up on everything.
I did.
She calls me and she's like, Anthony, I can't do this no more. I can't take it no more. I just want to give up. Oh, you're talking to the wrong person. You know, I said, you can't. You got too many people relying on you. It was tough. She didn't like what I said. I
called the wrong friend.
Off the couch.
I called the right friend, actually, because it got me off the couch.
And, you know, we all need a push sometimes.
Yeah.
We all need that person that you got in your back pocket, that ace in the hole, that when you're feeling like you just want to give up, that you can call and you know they just going to shoot you straight. Yeah. And that's what it was. It might have been tough love.
It was.
But it's what needed to be said because she was at a point in her life where she's had surgery 3 or 4 times. They didn't know what was going on. There was infection set up in her leg. I mean, just all kind of stuff going on. And we just bam, 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 bam.
I was getting beat. I felt like that. What's that little gopher thing at the arcade where you beat the thing?
Every time the head pops up and you.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I felt like. And I just couldn't. And Anthony's like, you going live? We got live. And I'm like, I can't do it. And he said, get your boop off that booping couch and you need to be there. People need you. And I'm just like,
yeah.
Well, that's rude.
First thing, you got grandbabies that need you.
Yes, grandbabies need me.
You got a husband that needs you. You got a business to run. You got a whole slew of people that no telling how many followers and stuff that rely on you every day. Just a little happy birthday means to people that she does. And just a little education moments and stuff that she does. I mean, that touches people and that just it means a lot.
Well,
people overlook it, but
I'm family now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you Panhandle baptized.
Right.
Yeah. November you're gonna be baptized. That's it. We've got some new suppliers coming in. Not sure if they have finalized, but I believe Udor is coming in for the first time. We have Comet to General Pump. We have, I believe PSI is going to be there. Do we have a list of people that signed up already for the booths? I know we're still working on them. When you get these big companies, they've got to go through all their, we got to take it to the board, and we got to take the president, we got that. So we have got Connie Phillips, Stainless Steel, General Pump.
Wow.
We've got Guy Cotton. We got Dab. We got us. We got the bar down here just in case. We're moving Kyle and Shane up here to the top corner, not the lower one. And then we got sharpshooters already signed up. So we got some booths still available, guys. And I know, Real Craft. Yes, Real Craft is, we've got some new guys coming in. I've got talking to the Dragon. I mean, Andy Vickers. We're trying to get him in there, but he's got a zoo. I don't know if you guys know that Andy Vickers has a zoo.
No,
he's got turtles and squirrels, and I mean a whole bunch. He sent me pictures. I'm like, oh, he goes, I'm trying to make it, but I've got to find somebody to watch my animals. And I'm thinking, oh, he's got dogs. So I'm like, yeah, you can probably find a VRBO that has dogs. And then he starts sending me pictures of squirrels and turtles and stuff, and I'm pigs, and I'm like, oh, yeah, they won't accept those. There's no way. But sharpshooter, the CNR sharpshooter, that's an awesome nozzle, by the way. It's a shooter tip.
Like our guy Raj is up in here with us tonight.
I know. Raj looks forward to being there. He never misses it. Raj is the guy, and if you've got any questions on anything, comment. That's the guy to ask. And if he doesn't know the answer, Pete's going to be right behind him. So, no, they're a great company. They've been with us for years, and every expo, I know Raj said this is his favorite expo to go to event because it's more for the contractors. Stain and Seal, they're going to be there, and I know they're doing training as well for wood restoration. And yes, Shannon said education is key to success and knowledge is power, 100%. You got to learn from the best and always respect and get out there to do the same damn thing, folks. Spoken like a true washer.
It's something that I tell the guys when they take this course. I tell them, in this business, your reputation is your resume.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Your reputation is your resume. And in this industry, word of mouth can build you, but word of mouth can kill you.
100%.
Just that quick. So I'm very big on relationships, because I know that relationships can open up doors that you may not can get in, because I don't know who you know, you don't know who I know, I don't know you know. It's always that relationship that creates those opportunities to get you to that next level. What Anthony was talking about, that brother to pick you up or that sister to pick you up, or to have that conversation with you when you're going through those dark days that you want to give up. Because if we can be honest about it, I wear the t-shirt say never give up. But there's many days that I get up and I want to give up.
Yeah.
And what pushed me one time was I had one of my guys tell me, he said, what you're doing is not for you. You're doing it for us. And that touched me because I was at the point of wanting to give up. But when he told me what I was doing for them, it was educating them. I was operating in my purpose.
Mm-hmm. And
my purpose is that if I can just help one person, I feel like that I'm doing what God has called me to do.
Yep. And that's what that guy did when I gave up.
Yeah.
He gave me a hard talking to. And it's something I had to hear. I didn't want to hear it. I wasn't happy about it, but it made me think. And, I always tell people, it's like, I don't want clients. I don't want customers. I want to build relationships. I want people to trust me and know that if I say this is something that can't be done, it's not because I didn't try. It's because it can't be done. I mean, it's a warranty thing through a manufacturer, and, they bring a gun back and say, oh, it stopped working. And this thing looks like it's been ran over by a semi. I'll still try. I'll send it to the manufacturer, say, hey, can you warranty this? And they're like, nope. You know, it's not because I didn't try. And relationships in business and in personal life are just as important, because if you don't have a relationship, they're not loyal and they can just go wherever willy-nilly, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And another thing I found out too, that when you don't need a whole bunch of clients, you just need the right clients.
Mm-hmm.
The right ones.
And when you build those relationships, I found out that you don't really need a marketing strategy, because that marketing strategy becomes easy based on the relationship, because property managers are always moving from company to company because they're looking for more money, just like you're looking for more money. So once they get their foot in the door, normally they're going to bring their people with them because they have that relationship with them. They know how they got things, how they want it done. They know the integrity that company carries. They know the on-time response. They know that they can count on them if a sprinkler head is out on the parking lot, a light is out, that they're going to tell them based on the relationship. So my honesty and my character and my integrity makes my marketing more easier.
Yes. And when you get your relationship, your customer, you build that relationship, they're going to introduce you to other people that are like them, so you can build more relationships. You don't have to go to this, you know, this customer or relationship and then you get the Karen. They're not going to introduce you to the Karen. They're going to introduce you to those same type of people.
Right. And if I can say one more thing, and I'm going to stop talking, is that I learned too, once you get to that certain level of that relationship, when the marketing comes, I've reached a level now with some of my clients to where I don't have to ask them their budget. They tell me their budget.
Yeah, we have a lot of clients like that. They have to, like, every year, every few years, they're like, we have to get 3 quotes. But this is where we're at. And we're like, all right, well, we'll just go a little bit lower than where you're at and we'll be good. So, you know, we've built that, and we, you know, over the last 20 plus years, we've built those relationships where we get a call and we're like, hey, I hate to do it, but we've got to have 3 quotes, but this is where you need to be. And it's like, okay, we'll be there. And that's where we're at. And they make sure we get it because they have a leg to stand on. It's like, okay, so they're here and this company's here, but this company has been working with us for 7 years and we like their work. It's you know, it's a no-brainer to build those relationships and keep your business and their business going, because you help each other out. Once again, you're helping that property manager stay on budget and they're helping you keep the work. So it's just holding each other's hand and singing Kumbaya, whatever, you know, we can make it work.
Right. So
we are 53 minutes.
Almost.
That was a quick hour again.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you again and the expo. Let's go over your class and talk of that a little bit about that. So the price, we've got the first 10 gets what, $50 off?
It's $3.99. That's the price of it. It's $3.99. The first 10, $50 off, which that's gonna put it about $3.50. Then on top of that, you're gonna get a book that he's gonna bring with you. We're gonna hand out in class, which is $40. So you're at $300.
But wait, there's more.
And then you're gonna get lunch.
There we go.
But the biggest thing, you're gonna get educated.
Educated.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. That's what we're there for, is to educate you and to build you up. Just not in the industry, but we're gonna build you up spiritually too.
Right.
You ain't gonna put both of us in the same room on the same stage, and we ain't gonna talk about God at some point. That ain't gonna happen. But if you go to Texas and you take this class, it's $1,250 a person.
Right.
So we have knocked this thing down to $3.99, guys. it's it's going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to be the best class there's going to be there. And even
illegal, it should be illegal at that point.
Right.
I mean, that's
probably should be, but you know.
I mean, you can make that on your first striping job. More than that.
Wow. Easy.
Oh yeah, easy. And you know, and everything in the book. I mean, it basically tells you if you get in a bind or anything or need to know something, and you can't get Jeffrey on the phone, you can't get me on the phone. You got your book. Carry that book with you. Everything you need to know is in that book. Everything he's going to teach, everything we're going to talk about, it's in that book. So you're going to have it. I mean, you're going to have it at the price at $300, or you're going to have the price. You're going to have it at $399. It's going to how fast you get in there and get done. But the first 10, you get it for $350, and plus you get the book also. So you need to get in there to www.panhandleexpo.com and get registered for this event, because it's going to be outstanding this year.
Well, you don't want to call me because it looked like a kaleidoscope out there.
No, you don't call Trudy to get registered.
Don't call me about this. Any other chemicals, you can call me, but this no.
And the thing about it too, if you've been struggling, you know, in your business, you wonder, well, man, how can I create that extra revenue? I need to create that revenue.
Something easy.
We're giving
easy money.
We're going to give you another entity that you can add, not just in a 6-figure entity that you can add to your business. And I guarantee you, if you follow the step-by-step what we're showing you, I guarantee you, if I can get guys to just start testifying right here on this, it'll light up. They'll tell you how this class has revolutionized their business on the striping side.
But it's only easy if they know what they're doing.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we're going to give them the step-by-step how to do it. If they follow the regimen that we give them, it's impossible for them to fail true.
I think some people's afraid to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Afraid to walk in that room to that, let's say that guy, that billionaire that owns that gas company.
Yeah.
I mean, because some people may feel a little intimidated. But when you leave this class, I hope you don't never feel that way again.
Yeah.
Because you're going to walk in rooms like you own the place.
Yeah.
You
got to have that confidence. You got to have that confidence. You got to have that demeanor to you, and walk in there like you own the place and know what you're talking about. And that's how you land the jobs.
You have to sell not only yourself, but you have to sell your
Whoa!
ability.
Is a hurricane? Is a hurricane tornadoes out there?
It came down.
It's usually me falling on Anthony. Is usually what happens.
I didn't know what that was.
No, you have to not only sell yourself, but your ability and your education. Show them what you know and show them what you can do, and that's going to set you a step above everybody else.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that a lot of guys, I think women, they struggle with the no.
Yes.
No just mean no at Burger King. It don't mean no at McDonald's.
Right.
You got to keep going because you got to have the confidence to know that your yes is out there. Somebody's going to give me an opportunity. I guarantee you, Anthony Trudy, if you set yourself aside every Wednesday to go see 10 clients, just visit 10 spots, that's 40 spots a month. 40 times 12, that's 480 places that you visit. If you can't get a recurring revenue out of 12 people out of 480 people, you ain't doing something right. They say women lie, men lie, but numbers do not lie.
So if you walk into a gas station or a CVS or a storefront and said, "Hi, my name's Joe. I'd like to stripe your parking lot." No. Okay.
That's where people messes up at.
Right. And then you walk in and you're like, "Hi, my name is Joe. I have seen some infractions in your parking lot that could cause you a lawsuit because your handicap parking is not visible or your stripes aren't visible." So knowing what to say, how to say it, I mean, not a scare tactic, but just the facts can land you that job. And it can go from a no to, let me talk to my boss and here's my card, have him call me. I can educate him on what needs to happen. Boom. You know, that's how you land jobs. It's not
Yeah.
just walking in asking, but telling them what's wrong.
Right. Exactly. Because I mean, we do it a lot, and we use a strategy too. I'm like, this is the last thing I'm gonna give away, Anthony. A strategy. Once we do land the job, and we see that the parking lot is out of compliances. Hey, Miss Trudy, we was here at your location 514, and we noticed that the handicaps was out of regulation. They wasn't facing the way that the chair was facing them. We're gonna put that back in there. Also, we noticed that your stencils, your no parking tollway stencils wasn't 24 feet apart. So we're gonna put all that back in regulation for you without an additional cost. Why? Well, we already here. Guess what I just done? I just created a potential new residual client.
Yes.
Yep.
And working on building that relationship.
That's it.
But I mean, you know, we can use the scare tactic in the washing industry also, like, oh, your sidewalk's so moldy. You know, if an old person, you know, slips when it rains, it gets slippery. That'd be a lawsuit. You know, grandma's over there with a broken hip and it's your fault. And, you know, I mean, you can use that scare tactic or you can use no tactic, but there is the best way to sell yourself and get the job. And you are going to teach them that.
And
man, that's a good one, because we had an incident happen like this here, and we end up getting 72 auto zones because the curb face has to be painted. If the lines are white on the ground, the curb has to be a opposite color where it's visible to where they can see. And they had a client came in and tripped over because the curb wouldn't paint it. We got a call to go back and paint the curb faces of 72 auto zones.
cool.
That's good.
So it's things like that.
Yeah.
YouTube ain't gonna teach you.
No. And YouTube isn't going to answer your question when you've got, wait, is this the right color yellow? Or is this the right paint? Or do I have to use some non-slip stuff in the paint? Or, you know, all this
You're
different
going to get that too.
So, you know, there's a lot of things that is into this niche. You know, it is easy money once you know what you're doing.
Right.
Just like washing, it's easy money until you zero tip the side of a dang hardy board house, and then it's not, because guess what? You're residing the house. You know, so it's easy if you know what you're doing, and it's very lucrative and low overhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, after you get your machine, probably a trailer to haul it on or haul it in. Stencils they can be kind of pricey, according on what all you get and who you gonna be watching for. I know McDonald's, they got some pretty pricey stuff out there that you have to get when you buy their whole thing. I think it's probably like $4,000 or something like that. But that's for every stencil that's on their parking lot. So,
but it's no different than starting a pressure washing business. You've got to buy the equipment, you got to buy the chemicals, you got to buy the neutralizer, you got to buy your everything. So once you've got it,
but we don't even share with them how they can build their company startup debt free.
Oh, I like that.
Debt free, and all it's going to take them to do is spend at least $500, and we're going to show you how to buy all of your equipment debt free.
I like it.
Where was you at when I started?
Wait, maybe I should get that equipment.
The same thing works in the power washing industry.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're not going to borrow no money or nothing. I'm gonna show you that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I'm like, buy what's in your budget, and then save the rest for marketing and equipment and food for your family, because you don't know. I mean, you wake up being self-employed, you wake up unemployed every day. Every day you're unemployed. Unless that calendar's full, you got to start knocking, cold calling, dropping flyers. I mean, whatever you need to do is what you need to do. But if they don't have the money to do that because they put it all on equipment, they don't need to start out with, then they're losing. They're already losing before they start.
Yeah.
Yep.
I told you I'm a horrible salesperson. I'm mad.
I'm gonna share something that Jeffrey wrote on Facebook today. You don't care, do you, bro?
No, I don't care.
You shared what I put, and that was embarrassing.
You did that on your own. But he wrote this. It's talking about things that's going on in the world today and not being scared and fearful of it. I got it today. You may have wrote it last week sometime. I don't know. It was wrote or when it was put out. But everything happening in the world today, it's easy to become discouraged, overwhelmed, and fearful about the future. But don't let darkness around you take away the light within you. God is still in control. Storms may rise, people may change, and the world may feel uncertain, but God promises still stand. This is not the time to give up. This is the time to pray harder, love deeper, stand stronger, and trust God more than ever before. Keep your faith alive. Even when life gets heavy, somebody around you needs your smile, your kindness, your prayers, and your strength. That sounds familiar, Trudy?
Mm.
We may not have all the answers, but we know the one who does. Better days are still ahead. Keep believing, keep pushing, and keep trusting God.
That's it.
That's it. You know, I go to a store and I smile at somebody or say, "Hey, good morning," and you know how many times I get more shock than somebody smiling and waving back? They're just like,
What?
and I'm like, "Hey, good morning, how are you?" And they're just like, "What just happened?" And there's not enough of that anymore. There's not enough of that. And a smile is so contagious, and giving back and paying it forward is just so, I mean, there's not enough of that in the world. And there used to be more. You know, I think when I was growing up in the 80s, I just said, yeah, I'm old. In the 80s, you know, my mom wasn't home. My neighbors would say, "Hey, come on in and give me a snack." And you know, my mom's running late, but we didn't have cell phones, so we didn't know. We're just sitting on the porch going, "Where's my mom at?" You know, and the neighbors would bring you in, and there wasn't that fear, and it wasn't weird or spooky.
Leave your doors unlocked.
Yeah, and
Windows open. Keys in the car.
yeah, and it's we need that back. We need the trust. We need to surround ourselves with like-minded people and good people in the world, and not just distrust everybody. It's saddening to me. I went back home to England, and from a small village called Toaster. That's how small it is, the size of a toaster, but it's tiny. And
off this coffee.
but you don't walk down the road. Everybody says hi. Everybody's like, "Good morning," or "You all right?" You know, because that's what they're, "You're all right." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all right." And you know, and they apologize. Shane actually borrowed somebody's charger for his phone, and he was trying to give it back, and she didn't see him. She goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And it's like, you're sorry because he's trying to give your stuff back? Like, this is not normal, and it should be normal. I mean, we have to just, especially, I mean, in life, but also with each other in the industry, you know, help each other grow, help each other learn. If you know something I don't know, please tell me, and I'll do the same, because that's how we grow. But it's got to be better than it is now. I think it's just, I just went off on a thing with, I mean.
All right, boys and girls, listen to this one more time.
Okay.
The class is $399.
Yes.
The first 10 people get $50 off. It's going to bump it down to $350. And plus, you're going to get a book that's worth $40. So that puts you about $300 for this class. If you go to Texas, you take this class, it costs you $1,250 to take this class at his office in Texas. So and you're going to get lunch. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to put an extra thing on to make extra money, It's worth it.
And that's on Tuesday. You got 2 more days of free
then you
training
got
after
2
that.
more days of training. And the only way you can do that is to go register at panhandleexpo.com. That's a 3-day event. The first one's paid, the third, and the rest of the time, anything else is free. All the education you want, everything will be there to ask questions afterwards, after the class. Anything you need to know, me and Jeffrey will be there to enlighten you. If we don't know the answer, we will find the answer.
I might call out sick. I might go somewhere. Yeah, I can't do that.
Remember, the first 10 has got $50 off.
Nice.
So, so let's get over there and get registered at panhandleexpo.com. One more time. For all your pressure washing needs, get over the Panhandle Power Wash Supply Store. Get all your stuff you need. Order, and if you need shirts, apparel, pants, shoes, socks, underwear, hats, whatever you need.
So I'm just like, we went to Panhandle. I'm like,
you can get over to Dow Marketing for all. I mean, they make some cool stuff. Any design you want, she'll design it up, hook you up. Get over there, check her girl out, Alana, over at Dow Marketing. Everybody, we enjoyed it. Jeffrey, don't go nowhere. We're going to get on the backside of here and for a few minutes. Everybody, peace out. We love y'all guys. And everybody
see
be
you
safe.
November.
See you.